Hello everybody, I am Angry Bird. Welcome to a new Steel Division League cast today. We are carrying on the best of 5 series between Karma and Gonzo. So if you haven't watched the previous game, there will be spoilers from this point onwards. Go back to watch the previous games because they are fantastic. I really do mean that. So, we are in Steel Division League. We're in Season 3. This is Division 1, the top boys, the top group. And we are at the grand final between Karma and Gonzo. This is a best of 5. Karma is currently in the lead 2-1. So, if he wins this game, that is it. He is crowned champion of Season 3. And we could have 3 different champions in 3 different seasons. Starting off with Sean in Season 1, Gonzo in Season 2, and possibly Karma in Season 3. But like I said, Gonzo is defending his crown. If he does manage to win this game, he can take it to a 5th game, a deciding game. So what an important match this is. The matchup is Karma on the left-hand side in blue. He's playing the 44th Guards on Vanguard income against Gonzo on the right-hand side in red, playing Morskaya Grupa Baktina on Vanguard income as well. So Gonzo switched to Vanguard, and we're also going to see MGB, a division that we don't see very often. I think I only cast it once before with Tiger, who lost it, I think, against RM34. I think that was the game. But yeah, I'm really excited to see that. But first, we're looking at the deck for Karma, 44th Guard Strelkovi. He's got those famous 28 squads of snipers. I imagine the deck hasn't really changed too much, possibly a few tweaks. But, you know, it's hard for me to go through it exactly. Bearing in mind that, you know, when I'm filming, I can't look back to check whether decks are different. But he does have a fair few SG43s in there, 6 in A phase and 12 in B phase, so they could come into play. Only 17 tanks, so not so many tanks to face MGB. He's got those off maps in A and 2 in B phase, and the Yaks, which are, I think, pretty staple of Karma's decks. Let's look over to the right-hand side in red, where Gonzo is lining up his troops. He's playing Vanguard. He switched from Flatline, so income switch there. Kind of, well, Gonzo's well known for his Vanguard play, but in Steel Division 2, he's definitely found Flatline to be really good recently, but a switch to Vanguard this time to take on Karma. Look at those aircraft, 21 of them. It starts off with the MiG-3s, which we don't see often. We've got A-20 Zuchoks, we've got IL-2s, we've got A-20C Bostons, we've got PE-3s, so many aircraft. ZIS-2 guns, they're going to be there to take out the T-34-85s. 96 units of infantry. Overall, I didn't check, you know, comparison of infantry level, but MGB definitely have the infantry game. The Morskaya, Avto, Machiki are really strong CQC infantry units. They also have the smoke on the infantry. There's some Oznaz in there that get the bazookas. Wow. Only 12 units of tanks, though, so that's why that's why Karma didn't need a hell of a lot of tanks in his deck. The game is underway. Let's just recap. On the left-hand side in blue, we have Karma playing the 44th Guards on Vanguard income, and on the right-hand side in red, we have Gonzo playing Morskaya Grupa Baktina, also on Vanguard income. Looks like the 52Ps do unload early, but I don't think anyone got hit there from those 52Ps. Ogmachikis make it into the building, but Gonzo does have the Morskaya Sturm, which do have the double rocks flamethrower, so they can be pretty effective. Snipers getting involved from the hill. Obviously, Karma loves his snipers. First T-34-76 onto the field from Karma. ZIS-2 gun is on the way, though. Early Yak-1Bs from the very start from Karma as well. First tick by, possibly save some points as well. Takes down the Oznaz VMF. Interesting choice to take them out. Let's just check. They do have the sniper on them, so he obviously wanted to get rid of that sniper. And he does take down the 52P with his other sniper as well. Yak-1B is going to strafe the 52Ps, and this is definitely a tactic of Karma's. Get rid of all of the supporting infantry guns early. T-34 all on his own now, but that ZIS-2 menacingly moves forwards. MiG-3's onto the field, going to start trying to engage those Yak-1Bs. IL-2 as well, and a Yak-3. Wow, this is air start from the start. And a furball in the first 2.5 minutes. The Yak-1B goes in for a strafing one on the MiG-3. Nearly allows the opposite MiG-3 to get through onto the back. The MiG-3 goes through to chase that Yak-1B, gets a slight hit in, but not quite getting the kill. Yak-3 looks like it's going to get behind that MiG-3. Ooh, no. Wow, this is just intense, but who wins this air engagement is going to be pretty key. IL-2, not even dropping the bombs, gets the kill on one of the Yaks, but the MiG looks like it is in trouble here. Yak-1B right behind it, getting that kill. So 2 trades. IL-2 going in for a head-on on the other Yak. Yak-3 and MiG trading blows, but I think both players kind of need to think whether they want to continue this engagement. Looks like Karma's microing against the MiG-3. IL-2M3 cluster play coming in from behind, kills the Yak-3. MiG-3 goes down as well to the Yak-1B. Weapons jam on the IL-2M3. I think Gonzo needs to recall that plane now. Another Yak-3 coming in from Karma. Wow, just massive air engagements and an IL-2M3 cluster plane being used as a fighter early from Gonzo. This is unprecedented. Yak-3 turning on the IL, won't quite get behind it. And engine damage, I feel like Gonzo, well, the weapon might be back in action, but he now has an oil leak on the IL-2M3 with the bombing payload. And who's going to win out? The Yak-1B, I think, finally ran out of fuel, and no one brought in an AAP. So I suppose all of that was over Gonzo's rear. He didn't bring out an AAP. So the Yak-3 coming in to strafe the IL-2 doesn't quite finish it off, but it is heavily damaged. Surely it will go down to another strafe. But Gonzo's trying to get it with the IL-2M3 cluster plane, and Karma finally evacs another IL-2 onto the field. So big air engagements all throughout that. And Gonzo was moving up his position on the north while that was happening. But wow, gotta say, what a start. What a start. And the IL-2M3 cluster plane, I believe, is going after, one of the T-34s. There's only 2 on the field right now. But it can actually get away with a kill here, because there's no AA from Karma onto this field. He used those Yaks early, the Yak-3s. Did it pay off for him? I think kind of both players came away in that game fairly, in that engagement. It's kind of a bit of a stalemate. I think both players kind of traded fairly evenly with each other. I don't think there was a definitive winner in those air engagements. I think the air battle is going to be key for Gonzo, Moskaya Gripa Baktina, because he will have a lot of focus on his airplanes. We saw that in his deck. So it is key to keep control of the skies for him. Karma is going to have to try and combat that as much as possible, but he's also going to be... I have to keep up with the infantry on the ground. This is going to be a really interesting game. It honestly is going to be a really interesting game. Karma's picked up the early 1311. I think it's this flag here that he managed to secure with his early Ognamachiki. 52P's hitting the T-34-76. The ZIS-2 gun did go down in all of this. I imagine the snipers here actually took it out when it finally got into position and revealed itself by firing on the T-34-76. I think all of that will have happened while the air engagement was going on. Tanko Disanikis do come into the forest. They're going to be up against Moskaya Pikota that looks like they've even depleted their Mosin Nagant ammunition. Wow. They only get 540 shots, so they depleted the ammunition already. Maybe that needs... that's really interesting. The T-34 does go down there to the bazooka of the Oznaz. And Karma drops an off-map from the Jeep 152 mil. He's definitely trying to force back Gonzo from this position in the south. Ooh, the off-map is going to catch the Moskaya Sturm, and if he does get rid of those units, that will be actually really good to get rid of them in the transport. But I think they just make it through in time. They are getting stressed out, but they do leave the transport. Ooh, but another hit. really hurts them. In comes the, yeah, the Molotov hits them hard. The Molotov really hits them hard there. IL-2M3 coming in, but Yak-3 chasing, trying to get the shots on target. Does get a few, almost gets right behind, but has to turn away. Second Yak-3 coming in, head-on engagement. IL-2 survives. Third Yak. Yak-1B this time, going to get behind the IL-2, and it is going to go down. Yep, there it goes. There is a... I thought there was a second plane coming in from Gonzo, but no. No. So the IL-2 does go down, and it looks like the Yak-3s from Karma are going to win the day early. I think Gonzo could do with some anti-air on his... in his front line somewhere to help him out. Just make sure he can control the skies. Second card of Moskaya Sturm coming down south. Going to face off against the Tankos coming into the forest, and that's going to be an interesting engagement. I think the Moskaya Sturm should win that. I think they should win that. Yak-1-3's flying over the bomb line there, hitting the Zis-2, moving forwards on foot, which is a really strange move. A really strange move. Gotta say, not quite sure what Gonzo was doing there. I think he assumed he would clear up the Ognamachiki with the Cherny Bushlati. Looks like up north, the Yak-1B coming in to try and help Karma out. But Gonzo is equal in the 12-12 now. And if he did get rid of those Ognamachiki, he would pick up that flag and get himself the early lead. Oznaz VMF coming in with the snipers. They're going to face off against enemy snipers. It's going to be sniper on sniper action. Enemy at the gates right now in the middle of the Eastern Front. I guess that's exactly where it should be. Moskaya Pikota do take out the Tankos after an engagement with the Moskaya Sturm. And here we see the engagement between the two. The Moskaya Sturm are going to defeat the Tanko Disaniki. And some big kills from Gonzo on this southern side. But Karma has more Tankos right behind with the Ognamachiki coming up this heavy forest. They get rid of the, I think that was the Cherney that were just in there, and there's some Moskaya Komroti just behind. They do have the Thompsons, but it's not going to be enough against 7 men with those Molotov cocktails. More Yak-3s coming in. I'm not sure whether they actually went back or whether they're fresh into the battlefield. Moskaya Komroti retreating after being hit by those Molotov cocktails. And Moskaya Razvedka in here now. And these guys do have a 8 SVTs, and the SVTs are pretty strong, so they can be used pretty effectively. Just an SG-43 holding the front line, so if they can just ignore the Tankos and break through into the open ground, they might be able to get rid of that SG. IL-2's onto the field now. We could see another air engagement, more Yak-1Bs coming in. We are now into B phase. We've just hit it. So Karma's got more Yaks at his disposal. Sniper goes down, but the IL-2 is probably going to get picked up on the way back. IL-2M3 in the north tackling with the Yak-1B, but I don't think it's going to outturn it. And Karma, I think, is actually going to get rid of this IL-2 with the Yak-1B here. No, the IL-2 just turned just in time, and finally we get some Xenarts onto the field. I wonder whether that was the card position for Gonzo, because I think Moskaya, yeah, both B-phase cards there for the Xenart 37s, one at 1 star and one card at 2 star for Gonzo. And I think Moskaya Grupa Baktina do get stuck a bit with the AA, so I think that's why Gonzo had to wait until B-phase to bring in these Xenart cards. But it is going to face off against Pixie's Air Tab. I think we saw all of his Yak-1Bs out there now. He's got 6 of them in total, and I think we've seen them all out now. Snipers were engaging with the Oznaz VMF, and they will get destroyed there. IL-2M3, I think it considered going after the T-34, but perhaps, I'm not quite sure what happened. The problem is now, Gonzo has unloaded his Xenart 37 and was way, way, way behind his lines. And they're going to take a long while to get to the front. A real long while. He did recover the flag in the south. He's lost it again, thanks to the reinforcing Guardias that come in. The Jeep KO looks like he's going to hit this town with the final off-map. Either second or final off-map. And after Machiki's look like they're going to make an assault following that off map. I think this is going to be the final off map. Another ZIS-2 gun. No, it wasn't moving out into the open, but it is onto the field. And these ZIS-2 guns are going to go down. He's already lost 2. How many does Gonzo have? Well, no, he has a lot of them. He has a lot of them. Right, up on the northern side, big battle between Karma and Gonzo's forces up there. So we do want to keep our eye on that northern side, but I am anxious about the south as well. There's movement everywhere right now. Attacks being committed to everywhere. Yak 3's coming in with the strafing runs onto the Moskaya Rezvedka. T-34's pushing in down south, and they're actually not going to meet any resistance whatsoever. So, back up to the northern side, the Gladiators do look like they are moving forward. Gonzo does need to resupply that position, but at the moment, just Oznaz going in there. Off-map comes down onto this centre town. Yep, perfectly positioned there. Avtos do come in, but they're going in for the flag that wasn't hit by the off-map, so... Yeah, just interesting that. Just interesting. I don't know whether he has another charge in there to hit that for a second time, but... Kind of an interesting decision there. After Machikis are starting to get picked off by the Moskaya Pekota. SG-43 is hitting them from the edge of the forest though, and the Avtos do get into firing range, but they're really highly suppressed. IL-2M3 coming in to hit the Avtomachiki in the building should get the kill. T-34-76 goes down to its counterpart. Yak 3's come in for a double strafing run against that IL-2M3. Don't quite secure the kill, but the second one might well be able to secure it on the way back. The IL-2M3 is smoking. It goes into a head-on, but it doesn't quite go down. It might make it back to its lines. And again, Gonzo using the IL-2M3 cluster plane as a mainline fighter. The Yak-3 does go down there. I think it was to the tail gunner of the IL-2M3 there with the bombs retreating. The pilot's injured, but the tail gunner's working fine. IL-2M3, ooh, may get taken by... No, the Yak-3 is forced back. Sorry, I missed this Zenot 37 mil. So this is the thing that took down the Yak 3 turning there. And what a position down south. The Moskaya Pekota have just forced themselves through and take out the enemy AA. Big kill there. If Gonzo can get rid of as much AA as possible, he's going to have a fantastic time using his planes. IO2M3 coming up to the northern side, but he lost sight of the T-34-76 Comrates. And just completely misses its engagement. So both players, Gonzo going down in the south and Karma going through the north, making breakthroughs on the relative sides of the maps. Looks like the third off map did come down to the south from the Jeep 152 mil, but Gonzo is pushing through with his T-34-76s. Currently an 85 stands in his way, will do decently, so Gonzo's got to deal with that, but he has made some ground here. Yak 1B coming in with a bombing run against the Moskaya Pekota. Doesn't quite get a kill, but does pin that unit down. T-34-85 now has got to engage against the two 76ers. There is a ZIS-3 gun, but it's not quite in the best position. Might need to move north to engage. And the T-34s are going to book it out of there. Try and get out of the way of that 85, because they don't really face off against 85s very well. Wow, intense action. Karma's up to a 15-9 thanks to his action in the north. So Gonzo has to be very careful now. He's only got 12 minutes left and Karma could secure the Division 3 championship. But Moskaya Avtos are moving through the town and they are going to decimate the Avtomachikis in their way. It's like an Avto on steroids. They're also taking fire from the T-34s down in the south, and those Avtomachikis do go down fairly quickly. Gonzo resecures the town and back to a 14-10 and a 13-11. Thanks to the flag down south as well. Moskaya Sturm do move out into the open, get decimated, moving through that open ground. M42 gun is in here facing off against the T-34, but that backs away, tries to get out of line of sight there. Just got to be careful he doesn't move back into line of sight. Looks like he has managed to find some line of sight. Moskaya Avto do unload, should get themselves into, well, I was going to say into the forest, but they've gone for the building. Yak 1B coming in, trying to hit off against that Moskaya Sturm. The Zenot 37mm not quite in a decent position. I'd like to maybe see another AA piece come down to the south, but Gonzo, I mean, he's already invested in 3 Xenon 37s. I don't think he wants to invest in too many because it takes forces away from his front line, and he's still down on tickets. Could well do with a unit in this compound. I think he could get one in there, but he's currently found it difficult to fight off against the T-34s. And look at this! Look at this! We really see it. Here is Zuchok coming in against the OB-25s, and let's watch this strafing run. Beautiful, gets rid of it immediately, but the Yak train on the way. Engine damage, will that be the only kill from that Zuchok, or will it survive? It's got such a turning circle, it's so bad. But I think it's going to make it I think it's going to make it back alive. The Yak 3 is chasing, but it might get forced back before it gets there. The Xenon 37mm is going to open fire. Oh, no! Zuchok goes down. Zuchok does go down. So a 1-unit kill there from Zuchok. 40-point kill. Not really worth it, but the Yak 3 does go down, so you can kind of call that a collateral kill, because that Yak 3 wouldn't have gone down if it wasn't for the Zuchok. So, in a way, if it helps Gonzo clear up the skies for a later phase, then I guess it may well be worth it. T-34-76 goes down, I believe, to the 85 coming through the way. Karma's still 13-11 up. Gonzo has 21 minutes, but Karma's advancing again in the south, and he may make more flags down there. Looks like the center might allow Gonzo an ability to make up some ground. There are some flags that are more lightly defended compared to the north and the south, so Gonzo may make more grounds in the center. It's just whether he can get by things like the OB-25s and the snipers covering that distance. Some Guardias reinforce into the position. Moscow Avtos try to get there, but I don't think they're going to make it. Xenon 37mm finally up into the position where Gonzo really wants them to be. He does still have to worry about the southern position, though, because it is being advanced on pretty damn hard, and he doesn't really have any key units in here. Big hit from the T-34-76, needs to back away with that unit now. 85 incurs a similar hit, and he's trying to pincer this unit. Oh, there's the kill, though. I'm sure that was the 76 that got that kill there. No, Zis-2 back here. Zis-2 back here does get the kill. IL-2M3 comes in. Yak-1B as well. Gonna try... No. I think it originally came in for something, but the unit died. So it lost its targeting, and it's forced to fall back by the Xenon 37. Karma didn't want to continue that engagement with the Yak. He does drop another off-map from the second Jeep 152mm coming onto that flag. It's just one Sturm really holding the territory. I suppose the T-34-76 is as well. Wow, look at Karma. It's like a Benny Hill movie. He's chasing that T-34-76 down. He wants it. He wants that kill. He really wants the kill, but he's going into close range. Gonzo takes the engagement in close range. The 85 is going to get the first shot off, and he is going to get the one-hit kill. The T-34 just wasn't aligned correctly there. I don't know what was happening with that gun, but Gonzo's got to be a little bit disappointed with that engagement. I don't feel like that was his fault at all. I feel like he made the correct choice, but just the AI kind of destroyed him there, unfortunately. But it happens to every player, so RNG always equals itself out. Avto's being hit by the snipers, so Gonzo's got to be careful about that. He has lost the southern side, coming back to a 14-10. There's 19 minutes for Gonzo to work his way back into this game. Yak-1B going to hit. The off-map doesn't quite get the kill. Don't know whether Gonzo still has any artillery charges left in that off-map. Does pick up a surrender further up north, but yeah, escapes if he does. Escapes with an off-map still in tow. After Machiki Rush coming in here with a Comrotti and a Gvardia as well. I wouldn't necessarily call it a rush, but it was just the term that I used at the time. Moskaya Avtos, they're going to decimate the Gvardia. Do really catch them behind enemy lines. go in for the kill on the second one. As soon as they're pinned down, they are going to surrender both units. May well get the kill before it happens, and they should pick up the surrender, yeah. Oh, and if he moves north, that M42 is going down as well. Gonzo picks up the flag on the north. Karma's still got the 13-11 though. 18 minutes left on this clock. Avto's getting hit by the Yak 1B. Don't quite get destroyed. IO2M3 coming in for the cluster attack onto the T-34-85 and should get the kill. There it is. And where is the AA on the southern side for Karma? On any side, where's the AA for Karma? He did have one unit that went down, but where is it? Where is the AA right now? He has units in his deck, so why aren't they out onto the field? I feel like he's pressing this front line. He wants to finish the game off, but he's neglecting his AA, which ultimately is going to lead to a long-term diminishment of his forces if Gonzo is just allowed to control the skies. I think right now he's using his Yaks as his mainline anti-air defense, but he really needs to get AA onto the field now. I honestly think so. Yak 1B comes in for a strafing run, try and get rid of, for a bombing run to try and get rid of the Moskaya Pekota. Another A20C Boston's come in, and these can take just huge amounts of damage thanks to the high resilience. It's a great level bomber, drops its bombs on the Guardia DP, and the Yaks are just being forced back by Gonzo's AA, which is allowing him to carry out these bombing strikes. All pins down both units, but the Guardia DP should actually kill the Moskaya Pekota there if they actually see them, or if Karma engages. Although they are highly stressed. If Gonzo plays his cards right, he may well be able to surrender a full-strength squad here. This is a big engagement. You've got to say, Karma, if he goes down to that squad, he's going to be really unlucky. He's got to be very careful. Gonzo does push forward, should start... No, he's still firing on the Guardias. I'm really surprised. Karma must be microing elsewhere. He has made a big opening in the south. He's still got a 14-10. There's 16 minutes left. Another A20C Boston coming in to try and hit the Avto Komlotti up north. The Guardia still not destroyed the Moskaya Pekota, but they are now not suppressed. Cherny Bushlati coming in to the forests, but I think both of those squads will go down. Gonzo's making it forwards into the compounds, though. And he should be able to hold that compound. He really should be able to hold the compound. IO2M3 coming up north to try and hit the Avtomachiki in the forest. Should get the surrender, if not the kill. Yeah, does pick up the kill there. Gonzo relieving some pressure off in the north. Another Avtomachiki train with one Guardia in tow. And just one squad of Moskaya Avtos holding the flag in the south. But they are really difficult to force out of buildings, certainly at close range. This 3-gun moving out into the open, or just chilling out in the open. Again, I'm not really sure what Gonzo's plan is with that unit. He's just sitting it out in the open. No idea. No idea. Another A20C coming in. It does hit the Guardia. They did defeat the Moskaya Pekota, but the Cherny Bushlati should pick up the surrender. The other unit in there went down as well. Oznaz VMF taken out by enemy sniper across the way. We're still playing enemy at the gates. There's the surrender. There's the surrender. Su-76 MPTs onto the field now, and they can actually do a really sterling job against the infantry of Gonzos. There is a T-34-76. The MPTs I think, a really good choice by Karma here. They can do a great job. They really can do a great job for him. So we've just got to check the engagement against the 76 and who's going to come out on top here. But there's 3 against 1. The MPTs definitely can do it. This 5V going down there with infantry and the transports. Big engagements onto the infantry happening. The T-34 is not quite engaged. I think he does now. Gonzo does try and get that engagement onto the MPTs, but the MPTs can still kill this 76. They have the ability to kill it, so quite a big engagement here. Ooh. I don't know whether they were hits or not. I didn't quite watch properly. Ooh, one of them goes down. Driver knockout. Not quite going to affect Gonzo, but he will get another shot in first. Shoot a knockout this time. Yeah, that's a big crit. That's a big crit because that T-34 just cannot fire back right now. Sight damage. He's got 4 more APCR shells. The other one starts to get involved and armor crack. Yep. See what I mean about the SUMPTs? You might lose one, but if you can engage in numbers, those vehicles just do a great job. Muskaya Picoto are finally going to refine the M42 gun in the background and get rid of it. Just 4 Guardia moving through. They will lose out to Strelky SVTs unless more bombing strikes come in. Karma's still got a 14-10 though, and there's 15 minutes left on the clock for Gonzo to fight back. I feel like it's been 15 minutes left on the clock forever. We're 27 minutes into this game, and I feel like it's just constantly be Gonzo with about 15 minutes left on the clock. But Karma just continues to make progress. Gonzo shuts it down for a while, but Karma makes progress once again. He really could do with a 15-9 right now, but if he can just hold a 13-11 for as well, for 15 minutes, he will pick up the Season 3 championship. A20C Boston coming in against the Guardias. IO2M3 coming in against the T-34-76. And 85 already ordered to replace it because Karma knew he was going to lose that tank. But where's the AA, Karma? Where is the AA? Man, he needs some AA, or that's just going to continue happening all day long. He has this position fairly secured, so just get an AA unit up here. Stop the bombing strikes coming through. I feel like Karma, it's so close. He is so close. Gonzo picks up 13-11 for once, having recovered some flags, but he is still well in danger. Let's just watch the 4 Muskaya Avtos. Oh no, they won't engage because there's actually a building in the way between these 2 squads, but the second one should come in. Oh, that can engage at long range as long as they're spotted. As long as they are spotted, and that Muskaya Avto may well go down. Looks like Karma's moving into the center flag as well. Ooh, if he reveals the artillery, might be able to get kills onto it with his infantry squads. Oh, don't lose them in the transport though. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Mistake there from Karma. He's pushing through a game with the Guardian. Will pick up the flag, but please unload that unit. Please unload that unit. 12-12. It's still a 12-12. He has lost flags in the center, which is where Karma appears to be struggling right now. The Avtos do go down, so he picks up a flag down south, back to a 13-11. Gonzo still with 15 minutes left on the clock. IO2M3 going to bomb the Guardia in the south. Yep, takes care of them. I really feel like Karma needs to get some... He needs to get some AA onto the field. Oh, he does have a ZSU M17 in here now. But... yeah, but the M17 is the weaker version of the Xenart gun. Unless he ordered Xenart guns and they went down. Am I just missing something here? I know one of them went down. I know one of them went down. But he had 3 in total, and I can't say I've seen the other 2. So I think it's strange to order in that M17. I think he should have been ordered in a Xenart 37mm instead. I guess he may have been just low on funds at that point in time. Yak 1B goes down to the Xenarts. Is this 3 guns starting to make their way forwards? Ognomichiki do get into the forest and force back the Strelky SVT. The other one will go down. But the 7-man squad might come back and destroy those Ognomichiki though. Karma's foothold on the south is really weak though. It is a really weak southern foothold. And the Ognomichiki, yeah, they do defeat that 1 man, but the 7-man squad should come back, and if they do engage the Ognomichiki, Gonzo will pick up the position, and he's actually... Karma got a 15-9 there for a brief moment. Another IL-2 coming in against the T-34-85. Karma's trying to back it away. Ooh, just doesn't get out of line of sight. Or out of the bombing spread. Out of the bombing spread there. I think he was already out of line of sight. He just didn't quite make it out of the cluster drop spread, shall we say. I must have made a mistake here. He must have used his AA. He must have used his AA, because I just cannot understand why he's not bringing AA onto the field. I feel like Karma feels like he needs to force. Wow. He feels like there's an infantry unit in that building as well, which I think is a mistake from reading the front line. But I think that Karma is feeling like he has to force this game. He's on the same income advantage at this point. He's got a massive lead. I think he just needs to kind of take a moment, just take a breath, establish an AA net. Because Gonzo's starting to get a lot of units on this field. And I feel like Karma's trading badly right now because of the constant airstrikes coming through. Karma needs to step back. He's got 31 minutes. Gonzo's got a 13-11. He's got 31 minutes. He needs to conserve units. He needs to build up his forces once again. He needs to build his AA net again. Does he have any artillery? He has some M30s. Get the M30s on the field as well. Start using the artillery. But Gonzo is pushing back. Or it feels like Gonzo's going to push back very soon. Gonzo's got that 13-11, and these infantry units, they're going to charge through into this town, and I feel like they're just going to get picked off. Okay, Karma does unload them, which is a good decision there. Good decision. This 3-gun does go down to the T-34-85. Karma needs to reset now, right now, because he's in real danger of losing this game from a very strong position. Another IL-2M3 comes in. Let's see if Karma does react, because if he reacts in time, he can get away with this. But I don't think he spots it. He doesn't spot it in time. Now he's spotted it and he's reversing away. Should be out of line of sight, but due to the way that this is happening, it's going to go down. And Gonzo picks up another kill. A20C Boston's coming in against the infantry. Should pick up more kills. Oh, it's an OB-25 in there that Gonzo's targeting, and probably the infantry unit there. Oh, finally we get a Zenart 37mm onto the field. Finally we get a Zenart 37mm onto the field, but is it too late? Is it too late for Karma? Because Gonzo's now 14-10. He's pushing back. The south is under a lot of stress as well. He has the tank advantage. I mean, Gonzo right now feels like he has a tank advantage, which he shouldn't have as Morskaya Grupa Baktina. So he's done really well. Look at that SVT just sat in the open. Gonzo finally unloads it. But yeah, Gonzo's done incredibly well to establish a tank advantage when he really should not have one. He really should not have one. BA-10M does go down there. I'm not exactly sure what it went down to. I think it might have been the PTRD rifle. Karma's got to be careful about his south because, yep, Gonzo has unit advantage down here. Does bring in a Yak 1B to try and hit the... he's choosing the Strokey SVT here to try and hit them. So he's trying to get rid of the kind of... Well, it's all Strokey SVTs right now. Oh, and does go in for a head-on against the IL-2M3, but I feel like the Yak's going to go down to the Zenart. And Gonzo is trying to micro... No, he's going after the T-34-85. Forget the Yak 1B. He wants to hold his tank advantage, and he might get another kill. He might get another kill. But it is right next to a Zenart 37mm now. So maybe he won't. I think there's only one of them there, though, so it is going to get through. It is going to get through. It does get the kill. Does get the kill. I think the Zenart saw him too late. Because of the line of sight coming from this direction. And this forest here. Another ZSU M17. So I think Karma's finally realised. Oh, but the T-34-76, does that have eyes on... I think that has eyes on the Zenart 37mm right now. Karma's trying to move it out of the way. But yeah, I mean... The T-34 nearly gets rid of that Zenart. I feel like Karma has finally realised that he needs to rely on his AA as well as his Yak fighter bombers. Gonzo's got himself a 15-9. He's turned it around. There's 13 minutes left on the clock, but this flag should go back to Karma at any moment. Certainly as soon as the Abto Komlotti get through. This 3-gun needs to unload. There is a T-34-76 and a BA-10M that it can take out. But I think Gonzo's happy with his positions right now. And I think if I was Gonzo... Oh, well, I say that. No, he's not. He's going after the town. Xenon 37mm and ZSU M17 starting to get involved against this Boston. Yak 1B going to try and get behind and finish it off. I think that Boston is just going to get out, but it's smoking heavily. Yeah, it will get out. The Xenon is not in a great position, just backed up against that forest. But the A20C Bostons, they are very good resilience planes, similar to the IL-2M3, so they can withstand just huge punishments of AA. And it comes in. Ooh, I thought I was going to fire on the Guardia there, but looks like it's going to aim for the 4-man squad for the back. Possibly the Zis 3-gun. No, the Zis 3-gun. So obviously fired at the BA-10M down in the south, and that's what revealed it. IL-2M3 just circling, waiting for an opportunity. Ooh, Yak 1B. That thing's smoking already. So I don't know what happened there, or where that flew. But that thing is smoking already. And Gonzo managed to take one of the flags in the town. Looks like he's going to take the other. Picks himself up a 16-8 right now. And it's looking bleak for Karma. If you look at the comparison in force difference, I mean, just look at Gonzo's front line compared to Karma's. It is just completely overwhelming. And if Karma's going to find his way back into this game, he's going to need the entire 11 minutes. He's going to need to bring it back to a 14-10 for a start, but he's going to need the entire time if he is going to make this one back. But it's hard to see at this point whether he will do. A20C targets the Zis 3 going to gain, as well as the infantry. And I feel like the planes have won it for Gonzo. He's just managed to destroy enough from the skies that he's been able to keep his own units alive. This 3-gun does go down in the north, and I'm not sure whether it hit the Guardia there or the Guardia further up north. I think it was this Guardia here that the bombing strike actually hit. And Karma pulls in the surrender there. 39 minutes, 46 seconds. Karma loses out to Gonzo after being so dominant early in the game. Gonzo wins it. Congratulations to him. 4,500 kills to 3,000 losses. And Gonzo takes it to a decider. So we are going to get a 5th game in this matchup. And what a fantastic best of 5 series this has been between these two players. The score between them is now 2-2. 2 wins apiece between these two players. We are going to hit a deciding game, and wow, definitely do not miss that deciding game. Because who's going to win this at this point? Who knows? Who knows? Who's going to be crowned champion of Season 3? Literally, it could be either of them. They're both just exceptionally great players. It could be either of them. Let's look at the kills for Gonzo. Let's see how he did it. So IL-2M3, just pick up a few infantry kills. This cluster plane here picks up 4 tank kills. And although Karma did outnumber and certainly had the much better tank deck against Muskaya Grupa Baktina, he didn't have an overwhelming number of tanks. I think he traded out numbers for more infantry and more quality tanks, more of those T-34-85s. But Gonzo really took them out. He really took them out. Osnaz here picking up 2 T-34 kills. important to get those Oznaz kills. Oznaz VMF here picking up 4 sniper kills. Nice job with that Oznaz VMF. Another Oznaz VMF picking up a sniper kill. Another one picking up a sniper kill. Wow. Those Oznaz VMF really countered Karma's snipers. And I think it's because Karma snipers were 2-man sniper teams, whereas the Oznaz VMF, I don't think they were 2-man sniper teams. So Gonzo really used those well. We've seen Karma rely on those 28 squads of snipers, but Gonzo seemed to pick a great deck to counter those snipers. Here we see a Zenart 37mm take out Yak 3 and 2 Yak 1Bs. Shows that your AA is still important. Your AA is still important. The one plane Zuchok does come in and kill the OB25, but it did lead to the death of the Yak 3, so I guess you can call that kind of collateral damage to at least mean that that Zuchok was probably worth it overall. A20C Boston here takes out 2 OB25s, and a sniper team really allows Gonzo's infantry to stay alive. Oh, I think we missed the BKA Riverboat off map, but there was just so much action. It was hard to keep track of everything going on. More M3 kills, A20C Boston kills, you know, so many aircraft kills, And the BA-10M at the end did pick up a Zenart 37mm kill as well. Let's have a quick look at the losses. The Yak 1B, Karma did do the job, killing 2 MiG-3s and IL-2M3 with that. But he just relied on those Yaks for too long. I mean, in the early game, I can understand it because the AA nets aren't up, so you can rely on your fighter bombers a lot more heavily because they can stay over enemy lines for a long while. But once Gonzo got that AA net up in B phase, he effectively shut down the Yaks because they are fairly light resistance planes. They are fairly kind of light, resilient, planes. Whereas his own bombers were able to continue because Karma didn't get his own AA net up. We did see a Zenart here take out 2 IL-2M3s. I have a feeling this was the first one that came in the south. He did have one in the south early on. But let's just keep track of these Zenart 37mm. Because I only saw 2 of them come out onto the field. Yeah, it's just that one with the kills. Just that one. I mean, look at this off map here, just 1 kill. Ah, here we go. ZSU M17 actually got an infantry kill as well. Well, there we have it. Hopefully you enjoyed this game. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss the next game. It's the decider between these 2 players. Who is going to be crowned champion of Season 3? Drop down in the comments below who you think is going to win it. Thanks very much for watching. I am Angry Bird. I will see you next time.